How's everyone doing? Welcome to the final episode of After the After Hours with your boy TraderPrad. The final day of this week is tomorrow going to be a free fall Friday. Now get ready for tomorrow. Papa Powell going on the microphone. Papa Powell going on the microphone again. Get ready for tomorrow. So I do have a watch list ready, but if you guys are ready, hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you guys for all the support. This is your boy TraderPrad. TraderPrad. But if you guys are ready for this show to get started, why don't we dive into the full screen and hit that like and subscribe. I get it. I'm late. I know. I had to take a shit, man. Calm down. I had to go take a quick shit before I went live. I was hanging out with my brother and his daughter and so on downstairs, watching them watch Bluey. I love that show, Bluey. That show is actually fun to watch with your niece or nephew if you have a young one. Put them on to Bluey. They teach your kids some good things in that show. It's a nice Australian show. They got a beautiful Australian accent throughout it. I like that show quite a bit. But yeah, I was watching Bluey for a little bit, for like 10-15 minutes. And then I was like, oh, stream time. I gotta run upstairs. And as soon as I came upstairs, I felt a little some in my stomach. So I had to just go quickly hit the washroom, take a quick little shit. And obviously that ran me late. But here I am. You know, better late than never. Right? You much rather have me late than, not have me at all. Right, TH? So we're here, we're live, we're ready to talk about all the craziness that's going on in the market. We did say it was going to be a fun one, did we not? We said it was going to be a wild one. Opportunities are going to be there. I said Nvidia is most likely going to have a red day, but it did not. So shout out to you guys, whoever said that Nvidia will have a green day. They were right. I was wrong, and I'm happy. I said I hope I'm wrong. I said that. I remember saying that very clearly. I hope I'm wrong. I don't want to be correct on me saying Nvidia goes red, and it worked out. Market. As T8 said in one of the comments that I'm reading, that it's an odd day. Both bulls and bears could be right if they timed it right. You're not wrong, you're right. Exactly the same thing happened. The market looked really bullish. It kept going higher and higher and higher. We reclaimed yesterday's high. We reclaimed last week's low. We kept tricking up higher and higher and higher, but just before the clock turned 3 o'clock, the volume started coming into the market, and they just sold it all right back to the downside, basically trapping the bulls trapping the longs, kind of tempting them that, hey, the bottom might be here, the bottom might be here, and they kept taking the market higher and higher and higher. And right before 3 o'clock hits, it was like 2:50, 8:50, 2:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The market just started bringing in some volume. We started taking out some significant levels with some intensity, and none of that intensity was matched with buying the way it was matched earlier on in the day. So it was almost like they manufactured this little buy move to tempt the retail to come into play, to tempt the investors to come into play, and then just completely rug pulled on them, sold the market right back down, and making it look like the market most likely will gap down tomorrow, almost back down to Monday's lows, where we were at 420 in the pre-market on Monday. So all kinds of craziness happening over here. We also have a bunch of stocks reporting earnings, such as SMCI, Airbnb, both of which went to the downside. If I remember correctly, a lot of the stocks that reported after hours actually flushed down, and I'm guessing the market move down has to do something with it. Not sure if the market is continuing its descent down in the after hours over here, but we got some amazing tools at our disposal to go take a look at that market moves at the moment. So we'll do all that fun stuff, talk about the earnings names from tonight, dive deeper into those earnings names, look at the market, theorize what potential setups could possibly be offered to us. How can we take advantage of all scenarios? Is it to the upside? Is it a bounce scenario from Monday's lows? Is it a straight one-shot move into Monday's lows and then another leg down below Monday's lows? Is the weakness still there in the market? So a bunch of scenarios for us to talk about and for us to get ready about. So why don't we do it? How the hell? What the fuck is that? Is that Ani? That's gotta be Ani on my account, on my own Twitter chat. How else how else am I? Wait. Someone on my work computer? If you're on my work computer, get off my work computer. It's also 8 o'clock. You should not be on my work computer at 8 o'clock. But if you are Ani, I thought you only have access to post tweets and not actually pretend as me. That's crazy. TraderPrad over here in the X chat, sorry, not Twitter, it's called x.com, is someone's on my account there. Might be time to change my password. Anyways, YouTube chat, who we got on YouTube today? We got TH, Dieter, Momo. Who else is in here? That's pretty much so far. If anyone else is in here, let me know what your name is so I can say hello to your beautiful face. Momo saying, what happened to SMCI? They were having a split and everything. How did it go from 720 bucks to 540? Well, we're gonna dive deeper into the earnings report, find out if something in the report had to do with the stock flushing, or was it just the semiconductors in general flushing, or the market going down, taking it downside. So a bunch of reasons for us to dive into. We're gonna find out all that fun juicy stuff. Prasad added, says TH. What the hell is Prasad added, bro? What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Bruh, why you blaming me for something I didn't do? I know it's you, Ani. I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point. Pretty obvious it's you. The fact that you even came into this chat saying, hey, why did you say that, when I know for a fact you weren't watching me when I said that. Ani, you just got caught red-handed. You just caught red-handed. Nice try. Anyways, TH saying, why am I dressed for golf? I'm not dressed for golf. This is what I dress on every Monday or every Tuesday if I'm actually leaving my house. That's because on Sundays there's Formula One. That's why on Mondays, if I'm not leaving my home on Monday, then on Tuesdays I always wear my Formula One gear. That's just tradition. It's just tradition. But tomorrow I am going golfing. Thank you for reminding me. So that means no stream tonight. Also, I have to remind my brother and my sister and my family members in general that I will be coming home late. So thank you for reminding me that. So yeah, guys, no stream tomorrow. I apologize. I'm gonna be out golfing. My first golf season of this year. It's gonna be a rough one. It's going to be a rough one. Thankfully, I have. Holy, you're leaking at this point. Thankfully, I have. Out of these 50 balls, I want to say about 20 more. I have 20 more balls. I don't think I'm going to lose 20 balls in an 18-hole course, in an 18-hole par 3 course. I shouldn't. Oh no, I'm breaking the box. I shouldn't. So let's fingers crossed on that. Wish me luck on my first golf round of this year. Anyways, let's go to the market. Sorry, let's go to the full screen and talk about the market and all other fun stuff for tonight. Starting with, we got the juicy earnings board, starting with names such as SMCI, Rivian, Airbnb, Wynn Resorts, Reddit, Upstart, some of the names that we're going to be taking a look at from today's after hour reporters. Some of the names that we are interested for tomorrow, we got Shopify, Disney actually making a move today around 1 o'clock. Surprisingly enough, the news came out around 2 o'clock, but the move started happening around 1 o'clock. Or maybe I just saw the news late. But however, the move started coming in at 1, and the move was basically that Disney is raising the cost of Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, all the other streaming platforms in general, and they're going to be adding extra streaming stuff or streaming packages inside of their other platforms in general. So they're going to be raising it by about 25%. So that's took the stock a little bit higher. Obviously, if they're raising prices of these platforms, the people who are going to continue pay for it, they will, and the people who won't, they won't. But overall, in general, they're going to make a little bit more money, right? Because the offsets will pay for themselves. The amount of people who say, okay, screw you, we're not going to pay that anymore, they're just going to leave. But it's going to be more so people saying, okay, whatever, we'll just continue paying the extra amount, and the amount of people that leave compared to the amount of people that are paying usually just offsets it, and they should be making a little bit more money. So let's see if Disney ends up coming out victorious from that, if they have a growth in signups whenever this report comes out whenever this earnings report comes out. This earnings report tomorrow is not going to have that detail, obviously, because they just announced that news today. So we're going to see that in the earnings report way down the road. But something to keep in mind, a news report today, earnings tomorrow, could have some possible upside tomorrow, or maybe the earnings report completely fades today's upside along with the possible weakness of the market. So watch out for that. 2 balls per hole, you need 37 balls. I don't need 2 balls per hole. Are you crazy? I'm not that bad. I might need 3 balls at a couple holes that have water, because anytime I see a creek or a bridge that I have to shoot over, my mind just kind of plays games with me, so I will mess up those sometimes. Those ones I might need 2 or 3 balls to just to lose a couple and then drop a ball or 2, but I don't need it per hole. Come on now, I'm not that bad. 2 balls and a stick. Well, we got that one, trust me. We're locked and loaded on that one. But besides Disney, Novo Nordisk. We got Novo Nordisk, which is the creator of Ozempic, obviously one of the most hyped up, the most popular drug in America at the moment. I believe the number was how much of the population is on Ozempic. Determined that 10% of the adult population in Canada uses the Ozempic type drug at the moment. That's insane. And they predict that it's going to be like around 40% or a little bit more, and they're not able to keep up with the demand you know, the Ozempic crisis at the moment. I'm calling the crisis because people much rather just jab themselves with this little Ozempic injector instead of controlling their diet. Look, I'm no one to talk. I myself, I'm pretty fat, right? I'm nobody to talk over here about being fat and whatnot, or being healthy or whatnot. But in that case, I am the perfect one to fat shame somebody. So people much rather jab themselves with the injection over here than actually control their diet. So NVO can't keep up with their demand. Their demand is off the roof. Their supply is low. The stock just keeps on going higher and higher and higher ever since they launched their drug. So obviously watching this stock tomorrow without a doubt for possible trade opportunities. CVS, if I remember recently, had some sort of a big down move. I can't remember why that down move happened. So yeah, it did. Last earnings report. Okay, last earnings report, we cracked down pretty hard. Ever since then, we were kind of created higher highs, a little bit of a higher lows and higher highs too. Kind of channeling back up, maybe some sort of a trade opportunity here on the stock, kind of bouncing off of 2019 lows. Now, if this earnings report that comes out is weak enough to take it below this 2019 lows and actually bring in, you know, selling under 2019 lows, that opens up some real downside on the stock that we can play with. And you guys know how I get excited for short moves. But we'll talk about CVS a little bit more once we get to that part. Besides CVS, the only other stock that I care about is Lyft. Recently we got Uber reporting earnings. That was a little positive move to the upside. Lyft, let's see if that one carries in the same way as Uber did. Number 2 in the sector. There's only 2 of them in the whole sector, really. There are other companies, but I don't think a lot of them are public. But only 2 in the sector, and that's number 2 in the sector. And Lyft said they're happy being number 2 in the sector. Hey, shout out to them. If you're happy with that, you know, shout out to you. But overall, their numbers, their earnings reports are what we care about, and that is tomorrow pre-market. So why don't we start diving deeper into the ones that actually reported today after hours, starting with SMCI Supermicro. Oh shit, Wayne Wang in the chat. What's up, Wayne Wang? Buddy, you're losing 40 balls tomorrow. Calm down, man. I'm not losing 40 balls. If anything, I'm losing 6. Under over 6 balls that I lose tomorrow. My first round of golf of the year, under over 6 balls. Let's give it that. Over easy smash. All right, I'll put money on it. You buy me beer if I go over. If I go if I go over, I buy you beer. If I go under, you buy me beer. Easy smash. Does this entire chat only hate Prad? Yeah. People only hate watch me, you know? People don't watch me to actually watch me because they like me or they learn from me or whatever. I just got hate watchers. TH and Dieter hate watch me for... actually, Dieter's not that much of a hate watcher, honestly. Dieter's a nice guy, man. I don't think Dieter has the capability of hating in his soul. He's just a beautiful soul. But everybody else in here is just the absolute goddamn hate watcher. Alright, anyways, SMCI. Let's take a deep dive into SMCIs. TH, you're the biggest hate watcher. What are you talking about? TH, you're the biggest fucking hate watcher. Momo, you're a hate watcher too. You hate watch me in a way where you make me you know, get angry by making me look at Moderna and Pfizer, and you do it on purpose, and Ford. You do it on purpose. You know it. I know you sit there behind your screen smiling, happy as shit, getting my blood pressure up, making me look at Moderna, Pfizer, and Ford. You're also a hate watcher. All right. SMCI. TH, you know I'm just joking, right? SMCI reports. Let's take a look at this bad boy. SMCI reported fourth quarter revenue of 5.31 billion, in line with estimates In line with estimates. Okay, so they're just not gonna say what the number is. They're just gonna say it's in line. We're just gonna believe them. Thank you, Benzinga, so much for that. The company reported quarterly earnings of $6.25 per share, which may not compare to analyst estimates of $8.10 shares. That was a big miss on SMCI's EPS. I guess with all the craziness behind SMCI that was going on from the last few earnings report, they expected the EPS to come out big, but they did not come out that way, right? So nice little miss on the EPS over here. Expectation was 810, report was 625. SMCI said fiscal 2024 revenue was up 110% year to year. 110% growth year to year is actually insane. Driven by record demand for new AI infrastructures, gross margin 11.2%. SMCI said it ended fourth quarter with $1.6 billion in cash. We are well positioned to become the largest IT infrastructure company, driven by our technological leadership, including rack scale DLC, liquid cooling, and businesses valves of our new data center building block solutions. The investments in Malaysia and Silicon Valley expansions will further strengthen our supply chain security and economies of scales necessary for growing AI revolution, says the CEO, who's actually the thumbnail for today. For those of you who can't recognize today's thumbnail, it's the CEO of Supermicro. Supermicro's board also authorized a 10-for-1 forward split of the common stock, which is beautiful, but however, the stock is getting cheaper. I think they will not need to do the stock split if it continues to go to the downside. If it's back at $100, why even have a stock split at that point? You know, cancel the stock split. We're done with the stock split. Supermicro expects first quarter revenue to be in the range of $6 billion to $7 billion versus estimates of $5.3 billion. So the outlook is actually good. The company expects first quarter adjusted earnings to be between 6.69 to 8.27. That's a big range. I also don't see the expectations, but that's a pretty big range, right? 6.69 is a little bit higher than what they just reported. 8.27 is basically what they were kind of report. So it's almost like they're just trying to cover their asses by giving such a big range, which is not possibly seen by the market as a confidence booster, right? This is possibly seen as, okay, you know, you're showing 110% growth, but that growth could easily diminish very quickly as the demand for AI is cutting down, as the new AI from new chips from NVIDIA are also scaling back in production and so on. So you know, things might start scaling back across the board, and because of this wide range, because of the miss in general on EPS, things might be ringing some alarms and some bells across the board for the holdings of SMCI, whoever is holding SMCI. The 10-to-1 stock split obviously is amazing. We love seeing that 10-to-1 stock split for any time a stock is in the $1,000 prices, especially a semiconductor stock that's in the $1,000 range, like NVIDIA was, like AVGO, Broadcom, AVGO. Or even Amazon, Google, Tesla, when these stocks were, you know, $1,000 or more. Watching the stock splits was amazing. That opens up opportunities for us to day trade. But at this point, if the stock just keeps on crashing to the downside, it's very easy that they could just cancel that stock split, right? Just cancel the stock split and see what happens from there. At the moment, though, we're not worried about that as a catalyst to trade off of. Our catalyst is more so just what the stock is showing us. There is a little bit of confidence by seeing the growth year to year, but we also know that that is not a sustainable number. That number is simply not going to be sustained as you know, the companies buy all the demand that they need, all the infrastructure that they need for servers, for AI and so on. Eventually those numbers are going to go down drastically, big time. So some of that has to be priced into the market too. So that's kind of what I believe we're seeing over here in SMCI. People might look at this report as positive, the split as positive, but we gotta kind of picture in the longer picture too, the big picture. And you can see how NVIDIA pulled back drastically after hours, with the whole market pulling back too. That's not the market, sorry. And the whole market pulling back too, right? Basically emulating the market move going into the close for both of these stocks. That being said, We are only at yesterday's low. This is Monday's low. We're only at Monday's low, and just basically finding some support into Monday's low around this $520, $525. The stock also has an ATR of $60. It's $58.24, but I'm just gonna round it up to 60 bucks. That means the stock could easily have, you know, $100 ATR tomorrow. We could see it going between $600 to $500, is chopping around, is, you know, giving you opportunities across the board. It's going to be a little crazy, obviously, because it's a 3-digit price stock. Spread is going to be a little annoying. Hopefully the relative volume comes in, meaning we get a lot more volume than relatively what the stock sees on a day-to-day basis. The average volume is 6 million shares on a 30-day average. So hopefully, you know, we see around 12 million shares traded throughout the day, maybe even more than that. That opens up some liquidity. We are able to take more shares in the right areas if there is liquidity and so on. So opportunities like that helps us, and obviously a catalyst like today, such as the earnings report, just brings in those relative volume and all the other stuff that we're looking for as day traders. So watching how the stock trades around, you can see how Monday's low kind of helping us bounce. Even if you pull back on the daily chart here, right into that right there, Monday's low. So that's a pretty big candle, right? That's a pretty big candle. If we do find support into 520, 525, there could be a good long opportunity there. That report is not really just big time negative, right? It's not big time negative other than the fact that they did miss their EPS by how much percentage? EPS was a miss by 23%, right? Other than the fact that they missed the EPS by 23%, that report's not that negative. So we could see some bounce coming into 520, but ladies and gentlemen, if there is no buying into 520, into 500, then that really opens up some downside for the stock. Downside that you know, people are probably worried about if they're long in these ranges. If you're long 400, 500, 550, and you just saw the stock do this in the after hours, you probably took some of those shares out either for a loss or for profit, depending on where your entry was already, if you already haven't taken it out somewhere in these ranges, right? So hopefully you already took those profits or losses, whatever it is. But if you haven't yet, you're gonna have to answer a big question. Where is your stop? Maybe we have some stops at 500. It's a nice psychological even price, because, you know, some people are probably long at $100, at $200. They took some of their size out over here. They probably had some stops over here at 600, at 700 that got triggered, and then I'm guessing some stops could be at 500. This is just a psychological even flat dollar price, 500. So there could be some new buyers and some shorts, some long target stops over there that could trigger, all of which could bring in some volume events. So you want to study how this 500 to 525 area plays. Obviously $25 range sounds a little crazy, but you want to analyze this whole pocket, and if the pocket shows you buying, I think there's a good long opportunity for us to play with. So I'm going to put in S1 as 520 to 525. I'm putting 520 because that's the next simple round even dollar number below Monday's low, and Monday's low was around 525 if I remember correctly. It was 529. Oh, the after hour low, gotcha. Okay, so the after hour low, oh, it was 529. So let's just say 530 instead of 520. Sorry, I got my numbers mixed up a little bit. I thought it was 520. So instead of 520, it's more so around 525 to 530 really, because yesterday's low, which is Monday's low, is 530. So 530 to 525 is a range that I'll be watching first. The next pocket for support that I want to be watching if the stock can find buying into will be the 500 area. Now, if we don't hold these two support zones, in my opinion, that is opening up a lot of room to the downside. Obviously, as I mentioned, the stock has a $58.24 ATR on earnings days. Usually that ATR doubles, so we could easily see a $100 ATR throughout the day tomorrow. In that case, you know, you want to be a little careful taking your profits too quick. If you are, let's say, long at 530, you don't want to get out at 550 and then complain that the stock is at 570, at 580, right? Anything is possible, especially with the current market environment, with the volatility in the market. If you saw the way the market pulled back today, oh my god, it was frothy, it was beautiful. Opportunities are just all over the place today. I had a banger day today shorting SAVA. We can talk about that a little bit further, but continuing with just the idea of the volatility in the market. So you want to be careful, because that very same volatility can also hurt you. It could open up the amount of loss you can take on a stock if you're not careful with your entries, but it can also expand the amount of money you can make in a certain position if you're careful with your entries, and so on. It can also diminish the amount of money you're making if you're not careful with your entries. But this is the market right here to you know, be diamond hands if you can, because moves are happening, and they're happening further than what people expect, and that's the beauty of this stuff. So watching SMCI, once again, it's going to be a little spready, so caution, trade at your own caution. Last year's high is 357. If we make 500, I think we go to 350 question mark. And I'm not going to predict that. I'm not going to predict that, but it'll be insane to watch the stock trade under 500 and see if it can find selling under 500. Ani with the $2 super chat. Not sure why I couldn't hear the alert. Maybe you guys heard it, but I didn't. We all hate you. Sorry, not sorry. Blame Dieter. Dieter doesn't hate me at all. Dieter loves me. Right, Dieter? My dog. All right. Next stock to go take a look at the earnings is Rivian. I've seen more Lucid Motors in Canada than I've seen Rivian now, which is actually crazy. Rivian revenue of 1.16 billion, which beat the estimates of 1.13 billion, reported a loss of 1.46, missing the estimates of a loss of 1.21, so missing the EPS by losing more per share than previously expected, but they did beat revenue. Rivian also produced 9,612 cars and delivered 13,790 cars in the second quarter. The company said the second quarter saw progress made on cost efficiency, improving products, and strengthening the balance sheet. The second quarter has been a defining one for Rivian. We have demonstrated strong execution during the quarter with the plant retooling, upgrading, and launch of second generation R1 cars. Okay, the company ended the second quarter with 7.9 billion in cash and cash equivalents. Okay, that just means you're gonna live a little bit longer. Obviously, that's coming from the boost with the Volkswagen's investment. With the revolving credit facility, the company has 9.2 billion in total liquidity. The total includes 1 billion of unsecured convertible notes from Volkswagen, investment in a planned joint venture. What's next? Company reaffirmed all aspects of its previously shared guidance. Rivian previously announced that full-year production guidance of 57,000 units. Rivian is planning to launch the R2 cars in the first half of 2026. Rivian highlighted a joint venture signed with Volkswagen in June during its quarterly results. The partnership is anticipated to accelerate the development of software for Rivian and Volkswagen Group, according to the automaker. It is planned to allow both companies to combine their complementary strengths and lower cost per vehicle by increasing scale and speeding up innovation globally. Said the integration of Rivian software technology stack with Volkswagen's product is moving along very well. CEO said the joint venture expected to close in the fourth quarter. What does that mean, close? Are you just gonna get bought out, aren't you? The output from our joint venture will see Rivian's technology in vehicles all around the world, helping to create more consumer choice and speed up transition away from the fossil fuels. Okay. basically Volkswagen stealing your technology and putting it into their cars, and they're giving you just simply a mere $1 billion for it, whereas your technology should technically be worth way more than that if it's good enough, right? So you're getting robbed, and you're happy getting robbed. So shout out to Rivian. Anyways, the report was a bigger miss on EPS than previously expected. They are keeping their in-line guidance in terms of delivery units and so on. We have seen Volkswagen miss on this before, but at the moment things seem to be fine, right? They are delivering cars, they are making cars, they are making more money than expected. They're bringing in more revenue than expected, but they're also losing money at the same time. Their EPS is negative. They're losing more money than the analysts expected them to. That means their burn rate's high. However, previously we knew that their burn rate was high, but they had cash issues, and now that cash issue is being solved with Volkswagen's injection. So there is a little bit of a move down over here in the market, as you can see. In the stock, as you guys can see after hours over here. Oh, I thought my niece was crying. She's just yelling. She is crying. Oh, she probably got hurt. I hope she's okay. All right. So Rivian is obviously making a little bit of a down move over here. We're cleanly under today's low. This is today's low over here of around $14.51. You can see how off the report we broke down, popped up, and then rejected that area. Just clean rejection and then straight selling down. So if by any chance we go back into this 1450 area, possible selling opportunities over here. Rivian was quite strong above 1450 if I remember previously. So the fact that we're clearly finding selling into this pocket and any pops into this could find you some selling, but we're right back into old ranges. This is when I kind of get turned off on stocks, and I'm not that interested. There's other stocks that you could trade in previous ranges, and they bring in a lot more volume. They have a higher ATR. So if you want to trade stocks in previous ranges, just trade like Nvidia or Tesla or something at the moment, because these are the stocks that are moving. So Rivian, not that interested to even look for a trade. Looks like the trade is to the downside on any pops, however, into 1450, which would basically today's low. Any pops into 1450, it's also a price that I remember from back in the day. You can see how this orange line over here is at $14.59. You should not see the stock above it. So 1450 to 1460 is basically a 10-cent price area where I should not see any buying coming in on the stock. And if there is, I'm backing out on the short thesis. But if there is no buying above here and the stock is just continuously selling on any pops, we're just selling below 1450, there could be some sort of a short, but then that short is only up till like what, $12.30, because this is a pretty solid buying area, and the report wasn't also screamingly negative to think that it's gonna crumble and go all the way down to all-time low, break the all-time low off this earnings report. It maybe could in a week, in a month, if the market keeps crumbling, but I don't think that report's that negative for us to just go all the way back into $8. So if you're looking short, look short is fine, but shorting into $13 and then expecting it to go much below 12 is crazy. And also shorting into 13 and then getting upset that the stock went to 14 and then rejected and then went to 12 is also stupid, because hey, your stop should have been 1450, and if your stop should have been there, why don't you just wait for that area to come in? So it's either a long around this area or a short around the top area for me on Rivian. Otherwise, I'm hands off. I don't need to push a trade over here on this stock. Next one, Airbnb. Now these levels get a little bit more interesting, right? See how the stock has pulled back in the recent history. We had tight consolidation, a beautiful channel up from the earnings report. First, the stock gaps down on the earnings report, then kind of fails, traps people over here on the support, pops right back up, channels beautifully to the upside, and then bang, 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 just starts bringing in trouble as the market brings in trouble. So this gets exciting because this could take the stock back into what, 113 area. If we're below 113, whew, I'm really, really looking forward to see how Airbnb trades. So it looks like we have a negative earnings report right off the bat for Airbnb. Let's go take a look at what the stock did on the board. Airbnb reported quarterly sales of $2.748 billion, which beat the analyst consensus estimates of $2.738 billion and representing a 10.63% increase over sales from same period last year. Okay, 10% growth, beating analyst estimates on the revenue. Airbnb reported quarterly EPS of 86 cents per share, which missed analyst consensus estimates of 92 cents per share by about 6.52%, but it's still making money, so shout out to Airbnb. The company said nights and experiences booked increased by 9% year to year to 125.1 million, driven by continued growth in all regions. Strong growth in night experiences booked and modest increase in ADR, average daily reservations, drove to 21.2 billion of gross bookings value, GBV, for the quarter. Q2 marked another strong quarter, blah 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 blah. Do I see outlook? No outlook. Okay. Revenue increased by 11%. Net income was 555 million, representing a net income margin of 20%. Adjusted EBITDA 894 million, increase of 9 million year to year. EBITDA margin of 33%. We generated 1 billion of FCF during free cash flow during second quarter, with 4.3 billion of free cash flow over the trailing 12 months, our highest ever. The company wrote in a letter to shareholders. So I mean, look, nothing looks too bad over here. They did miss EPS by pennies, right? They were supposed to make 92 pennies according to analyst estimates, but they made 86 cents instead. They beat revenue, but not drastically. However, that revenue beat is representing a 10% increase year over year. They're also showing you increases on other sides of the board, but looks like off the report, at the time of the report, the stock went down 13.36%. Let's see if it rebounded. It did not. Airbnb absolutely slapped to the downside, destroyed. And look at that, we're actually, let me hit it. We haven't hit this in a long time. Pradstradamus strikes again, right? So we got that 113 level that I just put on charts for you guys, right? Beautiful consolidation. I was expecting the stock to actually find a bounce off of this 113 based on the report that we just read, but the fact that, you know, it cleanly held under 113 and then flushed a little bit more just goes to show that, you know, there's a possible short opportunity here. If we pop into 113, 114 and cleanly find a short opportunity, I want to smack that short. There is no short above 114 though. If the stock is holding above 114 because the report's not that bad, then there is a possibility that, you know, there's more upside coming in and you want to be careful. You could look for a long through 114, but you want to make sure that there is actually buying above that price. If no buyers are coming in and defending above this weak move, then there is no long for me at all. Also, there's no long for me at the moment until the stock goes to all the way to 103.55, or we get a different pre-market level to play off of. At the moment, I think I'm picturing a very easy long for me setting up on this stock. A flush into 103 in the pre-market / open, and then just a rip. So something like this. Let me paint it for you guys so you guys can kind of get a picture. Maybe something like this. The stock goes a little bit lower right off the open. Boom, we drop into 103 or 100 area, and then we just rip all the way back into this 114, and then we kind of trade like this for the rest of the day. So this is what I'm imagining for the stock, and then the VWAP for tomorrow will end somewhere right in this area again. So just watch out for this call out over here. I'm going to highlight this call out just in case I get it right, and then we post it on social media or whatnot. So this is what I'm imagining. We drop into this 103 to 100 pocket. It's actually 103.50, but I'm gonna put 103.50 all the way to 100 area to keep on watch. Don't expect the stock to go below $100 because the report wasn't that negative, but hey, with the current market, anything is possible. Watching Airbnb. Wynn Resorts, another nice stock to straight to the downside that's been struggling for quite some time. It looked like it was going to do some miraculous things for quite some time, but turned around very quickly. Off the earnings report, a little bit of a pop over here. Not much volume, and also not that big of a pop either. We're still under last month's low, last year's low, last week's high, last month's high. So a lot of levels over here that I could easily see the stock finding resistance into. So not the most cleanest trade for tomorrow at all. We got much cleaner trades on the board, like Airbnb, SMCI setting up, and most likely even this stock that I'm more interested to talk about, Reddit, a brand new IPO from 2024, reporting its third earnings report. Sorry, that's a lie. Its second earnings report ever since it went public. So very interested to see how this stock moved today after hours. I kind of want to cheat. I want to see. Oh no, it went lower. Market, just absolutely hurting every stock. Looks like on the original reaction it was to the upside, but then just absolute flushed right back down, not able to even hold Monday's low. It's trading under Monday's low, so a little bit weaker compared to SMCI. You can see how SMCI was actually holding above Monday's low, but Reddit is holding clearly below Monday's low, so looks like a little bit of a weakness. Let's see if the earnings report. Shout out to Benzinga. Go check out Benzinga in the link in the description below, or if you're watching me on x.com or on Twitch, the link should be in my bio. Go check them out. Amazing software, not just for news, but they also have a squawk during market hours that I actually listen to. I have it in my ear throughout the day during market hours. And then I also have other tools over here that you can use, like charting, signals, and all their fun stuff. Go check them out. Reddit, link in the description below. For now, we're going to use them to read the Reddit description. Did I say Reddit? Benzinga. Well, for now, we're going to use Benzinga to read Reddit's earnings report, which is... Reddit reports second quarter revenue of 281.2 million, beating consensus of 253.58 million. Okay, not bad. Company reported quarterly loss, losing money though, of 6 cents per share, which may not compare to analyst estimates of okay. Analysts were estimating 33 cents per share loss for Reddit, but Reddit only lost 6 cents per share. I wonder how much of this is coming from them investing in Bitcoin. Obviously, Bitcoin had a big flush over the past few days, but I wonder how much of their profits came from actually trading Bitcoin in general. Total revenue was up 54% on a year-to-year basis. Daily active unique users went up by 51% to 91.2 million. Weekly active unique increased by 57% to 342.3 million. That is insane. 342.3 million weekly active users, ladies and gentlemen. Reddit said it generated operating cash flow of 28.4 million and free cash flow of 27.2 million in the quarter. We had a strong quarter across the board, and more people are visiting Reddit than ever before. Our work to improve the platform is driving results, and we are well positioned to continue to grow and deliver on our long-term mission, said the CEO. Third quarter guidance. Reddit expects third quarter revenue to be in the range of 290 to 310 million. Comparing that to how the company reported just now, that's a little bit higher. The company expects third quarter adjusted EBITDA in the range of 40 to 60 million, and we don't see that one for this current report. Anyways, at the time of the report, stock obviously flushed to the downside, which we already saw, and the fact that we're under Monday's low, sorry, almost said Friday's low. Monday's low is a little sad, and you can see how Monday's low is also somewhat of a significant price on the daily chart. I'm just gonna move that price marker right there. So that $53, Monday's low was around 52.76, so around $53 looks a little important. If we're not able to hold above 53 on Reddit, there's simply no long at all. The report doesn't look that bad, right? Growing active daily users, growing revenue by 54% year to year. They are also growing for the, or at least their outlook shows a little bit of growth for their next quarter revenue. All things are looking good, but the stock is not looking good over here on the move to the downside. So technically, there's only one simple trade idea over here. We need to see buying above 57, and this trade level or this trade idea is almost the priority for this one is much higher than any of the stocks we've already talked about, because of how beautiful the chart setup, the level, the quality of the trade is. A brand new IPO. We have this salmon mauve color anchored VWAP from the IPO day, and you can see how that anchored VWAP for this little area of $53 showed you some support, and then right around now where the anchored VWAP comes in around $56.58, we're seeing a little bit of resistance. So looks like there's a little pocket of resistance for the stock to find trouble into, but if we are able to hold above 53, hold above 54, there could be a decent long. And if the market goes up tomorrow too, that long is just even better. But if the market's flushing, there's no buyers available on any stock at all. On Reddit especially, there's no buyers under 53. Is just constant selling under 53. Then any pops from there on, I want to join the short side for Reddit. So Reddit needs to show me buying above 53 to even think long. UPST, another stock with the beautiful level here on the daily chart, but the earnings report looks positive, so it looks like they beat EPS. We're gonna use Benzinga to dive deeper into them real quick, but the Upstart, a stock that reported, looks like I hope they went higher. They did go higher. Okay, that's a little meh for me because I like shorting stocks, but okay. Anyways, the stock did go higher, and looks like we did clear high enough to some of the more important levels instead of just going into some of these uglier levels. So let's actually go back into the 5-minute chart. What price did you push up to? Almost as high as, just mark that real quick. So I mean, that's still kind of within the ugly levels, honestly. I ideally want to see the stock push into that $32.78 area, that $33 area, and bursting above it. That would get really exciting, but a nice little pop in the after hours over here. EPS was a beat. They were expecting 39.40 cents loss per share. They reported 17 cents loss per share instead. They also beat on revenue slightly. Let's go see if they actually have growth coming in on year-to-year and so on AI-based money lending company Upstart. So do you have growth year-to-year? So we already saw that the EPS side. We saw the revenue. There were 143,900 loans originated, totaling 1.1 billion across the platform in the second quarter, down 6% from the same quarter prior year. Wah, wah. Conversion rate on request was 15% on the second quarter, up from 9% same period last year. Maybe that's a little bit positive. Contribution profit was 71.1 million in the second quarter, down 21% year to year, with contribution margin of 58% compared to 67%. Contribution margin, that's also not looking good. The guidance we released today demonstrates that we are on track towards resuming our role as the fintech known for high growth in, okay, yeah, all this is nonsense for me. For the third quarter 2024, Upstart expects revenue for approximately 150 million. What did you just report? 128 million versus 124 million expectation. So they're guiding pretty high, and that guidance might be the one reason the stock pumped to the upside. But let me tell you, that report is not that hot. So I would not even expect the stock to push up here into that 32.78/33 $33. And if it does, I'm more so looking to short the stock, honestly. So I'm not expecting the stock to find any buying above today's high of $29.50/$30. If it does, I'll be a little surprised, but I'll be waiting patiently at last month's high near $33 to short it. I just don't think that report was nearly good for this move to get sustained. If the market's flushing tomorrow, this could be an easy short right back into today's range, or even more than that, because that weakness could pour in. But once again, I'm not an analyst, I'm just a day trader. I'm going off of what I think is the right theory for the stock, but obviously with that big of a beat on revenue for estimates for the next quarter, looks like the market likes it, right? We saw a bunch of stocks that actually felt like reported decently, like our Rivian, SMCI, but all of them flush to the downside at the end of the day. But Upstart, which we think reported negatively, is going higher. So I'm not an analyst, I'm just a day trader. My day trade theory is if we pop into this 30 or even higher than 30, the higher that we go on Upstart, the more I'm looking for short on pops on a good 5-minute chart pattern, good little exhaustion areas coming into the last month's high, or this pre-market, sorry, not pre-market, this after hour high that the stock just put in. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is basically the main stocks that I'm watching tomorrow. I'm just gonna put in 29.50 to 30 area on Upstart as my first level to watch, and then after that I said 32.78 to 33 area to keep on watch for the upside. Now, we do have some stocks reporting tomorrow pre-market, so maybe you want to keep an eye on them. A lot of them are at decent levels. A lot of them sold off quite a bit recently. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Disney. Some of them are insanely crazy because of their drug demand. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. NVO near all-time highs and possibly could easily go make another all-time high based on this earnings report. So watch some of these stocks over here. CVS, NVO, Disney, Shopify, even Lyft, which reports tomorrow as a possible reversal back up after what Uber did today. Uber had a nice reversal back up after getting destroyed. So if Lyft reports well and it wants to do what its sister company, almost said parent company, sister company, Uber does, we could have a sympathy trade, a replication trade over here, and Lyft's report in return could actually help Uber get a sympathy day trade 2 opportunity, right? Day 2 opportunity long, because today was day 1, the stock went higher, and Lyft sympathy giving it that stock a little bit more juice than it needs. So some opportunities over there off earning stocks. We also have stocks that reported today pre-market, like Palantir, LCID, Uber. Can't forget Uber. Did I have Uber in my watch list? I don't have Uber in my watch list. Why do I not have Uber in my watch list? I don't know why I don't have Uber in my watch list. Let me just put Uber in my watch list real quick, chat. New tab, Uber. Uber is $4.50, $3.07. Okay. So Uber, LCID, Caterpillar, some of the stocks that reported today pre-market, possibly also look for those opportunities over there as a day 2, day 3, not day 3 because they just reported yesterday. So day 2 trading opportunities on those stocks. Obviously, we got names like the Magnificent 7, NVIDIA, AMD not in the Mag 7, but the NVIDIA names, the semiconductor names, the Magnificent 7 names such as Apple, Amazon, Google, all on watch. With the current market environment, it is impossible to not watch these names. Always looking for a trade opportunity on them. Today, my best trade was, I'll actually show that to you real quick. Today, my best trade was Sava. Hey, I know that guy. He's streaming right now. He's a good guy. You guys should follow him. So here's my trade on Sava. We talked about this briefly yesterday. looking for either a continuation long or some sort of a sell-off short. So the stock opened to the downside, clearly rejected off of last year's high off the open, right? So this is yesterday's move, insane rally to the upside, and then going into the close, we sold off a little bit. Pre-market, stocks gets a little bit higher, but in pre-market, just no buyers able to hold the stock above last year's high. Then off the open, a pop into last year's high, immediate rejection, and then never is the stock able to find a pop that is actually sustained with a follow through, actually has buying coming in. So this setup is a classic setup. At least I think it's the classic failure to follow through setup from the I forget if it's the S&B guys or the Investor Underground guys that we watch on YouTube. Whoever it is, I feel like this is one of those classic setups. Pops into a previous level, right? That is yesterday's high almost, if you ignore that pop over there. So pops into that previous level, finds reject, sells off. Now on any pops, I'm looking to get short, and you can also see that beautiful trend line carrying the stock all the way down, right? So on any pops, I'm looking to get short. Bang, short, cover, get short. I got stopped out because I got scared by that pop. I felt like that pop was a little too aggressive, right back into VWAP, but had I stuck to my stop, I would have never been stopped out, and I would have been able to take more size, scalp on the way down, take more size, scalp on the way down, and then have more for that big move overall. But since I didn't do that, I just stayed patient, took the break of this little consolidation because there was a buyer at 32 and there was a seller at 33. I was like, okay, I'll just wait for you guys to fight it out, and then whoever loses the fight, I'll just join the winner at the end of that fight. You know, I'll just bandwagon that winner. So the winner was obvious. The buyer lost, the seller won, and bang, we started going lower and lower. Took that profit on the pop once again. But this area, we got almost a similar trade over here, just in a different zone. We got the 21 EMA, the stock clearly rejecting $31, but there was a buyer into $30. So just waited. This time, instead of taking the breakout, I got in on the pops because my stop would be pretty tight, so I had more size on the pops, and then on the breakdown I added more, allowing me to take it for the big ride down to the south side for basically the whole move, being able to capture the full move on the day. I think I traded this, one of my best trades on the day today, one of my best trades probably in ever on a small cap stock in general. So pretty happy with it. Looking to see if I can emulate stuff like this more in the future with bigger size, with bigger balls, and just making more dollars, you know, have that smash hits bangers days. Feel like my trading has changed quite a bit. I'm getting my confidence back, and I'm ready to smack this juicy hot market. What a time to get my confidence back. What a time to you know, feel good about the market and feel good about trading, because this is when money is made. When volatility is like this and the markets are moving like this is when money is made. So let's make those sweet dollars, baby. Watching a bunch of stocks, like I said, right? Watching my whole watch list, as you guys know, always is extensive. Watching a bunch of stocks, all the way from earnings names, which are usually the only ones that I map out some prices for. The rest of the stocks, you always I have technical lines on my chart, so I'm just gonna trade them off of that. We got the ETFs also on watch: SMH, XLF, XLV, UVXY, QQQ, SPY, sorry, IWM. Some of the small cap names, SERV and SAVA. We just talked about SAVA a little bit. LUMN, not a small cap name at all, $1 billion float, but it's moving like a small cap stock, so possibly a name over here to watch for us. Continuation. The stock popped into $9, $8 in the after hours, so a little bit of a craziness going on. Last year's high is $6, and the stock is clearly showing us buying in the after hours above $6. So if by any chance LUMN is you know, pulling back into 6, showing buying above 6. I think we could set up for a big move into 9 or even above 9 with all the craziness that's happening. You know, it's $1 billion float. This is not as easy to move to the upside as it is to move SERV or some of the other small float names. So there might be some real story to this. And if there is no real story to this, as all pops get faded eventually, I'll be ready to short this stock too, the way I did SAVA today. Right, but let's let the stock go a little bit more crazy, because it looks like the moves are just getting started. A couple of days ago, we brought in a ton of volume, and the stock went higher, got stuffed back on the last few days where the market looked weak, and today it did not care if the market was strong or weak. It wanted, you know, the short sellers' names, and it kicked down doors, and it took names, period. So LUMN, big move to the upside. Shout out to this stock. Got to keep this one on watch for tomorrow, in my opinion, especially if there's volume in it in pre-market. It pulls back into 6 and shows you buying above 6. Can't be ignoring that stock. Stocks like Micron, AMD, as I mentioned, always on watch. Technical levels, last year's high, last year's low, last week's high, last week's low, yesterday's high, yesterday's low. Some of these levels are going to come into play now because some of these stocks have pulled back so drastically. So if these levels start showing buying some support, look for longs. Since Moderna is being mentioned in my chat, yeah, that could be a possible long there. You ideally don't want to see the stock holding below 84, and the fact that we're closing below 84 is you know, in my opinion, not the most bullish indication. Could possibly see the stock going back into $70 if the market continues to be weak. So I would urge you to be careful of looking long for this 80 area. But as long as, you know, it holds 80 and then buyers actually come in and fight for that 84 price, there could be a long back through to the upside. This drop is also too much too quick, but the drop is not only because of the market. The drop is also because of the stock's earnings report. So if the market gets weak, the earnings report, which was already a issue for the stock, could make it a bigger issue, right? So you want to be careful trying to hunt for longs on stocks that reacted weaker to the earnings report, especially when the market could get ugly and could get weak. You want to be careful for that. For stocks that did well off their earnings report and are also looking crazy good right now, for example, Meta, their capital expenditure went up, and they're also bringing in money compared to previously how their capital expenditure went up and they were losing money, right? That was the reason why Meta crashed on this earnings report. On this earnings report, and then slowly trickled back up. But on this earnings report, we're seeing a little bit of opposite of this one. So that's why this stock on that big down day yesterday was actually up, I believe, or maybe it was Friday. I can't remember if it was Friday when the market was down quite a bit. Meta was up. Meta was up 3%. So that's a shocking part over there. So I guess not shocking, it's just kind of showing you that, hey, buyers are here, and based on fundamentals, people are looking to defend these $450, $460, $470. So until Meta gets really under $450, no matter how weak the market is, I don't think you can say doomsday for Meta just yet. And this is coming from somebody who hates Zuckerberg, who hates Facebook, who hates everything about that reptilian fuck, right? So, you know, I'm not just not simply interested to look long on that stock. But when things look that good, you kind of have to put your sentiment away and think about the money, right? Because you gotta love money more than you love to hate that guy or you love to hate the company. I hate Apple products. I don't own any Apple product at all, that at least I know of, right? But I owned Apple shares at one point because I love money more than how much I hate Apple products. So gotta keep your opinions aside on the market. Your opinions don't matter. The market doesn't give a shit about your opinion. Talking about opinions, however, what do we think about the QQQ? As I said today, going into the last, hour of the close, right over here, you can see how 255, a little bit of volume starts to come in on the market, right? Just 5 minutes shy. Technically, not even 255. I'll tell you right now. Watch this. 257, 258. Like I said, right? 257, 258. Some volume starts to come in on the stock. And now if we go to the 60-minute chart. Now if we go to the 60-minute chart, where each bar's information on the day is 1 hour's worth of information, they basically painted a very bullish scenario by reclaiming Monday's high, right? Reclaiming Monday's high and making it look like, okay, we're gonna just continue going higher, the bottom set in. But then right before the power hour kicks in, they just started pulling the rugs. They started breaking every single bullish pattern on the market, on every single chart, on the 5-minute chart, on the 15-minute chart. I mean, it was ugly. So bang, the first pull in, a little bit of volume. Second pull in, a little bit more volume. A bounce that gets matched with even more intense volume. So the market just screaming to the downside going into the close. This could easily set up for a gap down tomorrow and us going right back to test the Monday's low. If we don't find buying into Monday's low or that $420 area, 420 being the after hour low, the stock, the market, the QQQ sector is easily going down to the last year high. And I also mentioned the monthly level of 408, which is much lower than the last year high. Last year high is 412. April low is at 408. Now 408 sounds drastically, you know, scary compared to where the market is, which is 450, 440. But you know, if you kind of think about where 408 is, 409 is, that's only April's low. April 2024's low. So I think the market could easily go down to this April low and then find some support possibly off that area. That's a little bit more room to the downside. So you want to be careful before thinking bottoms are in, right? Bottoms are up at the moment. Bottoms up, up. So it could be more downside. Let's see how market reacts tomorrow in the overnight session. Is there more weakness from the Japan side coming in overnight? Are the buyers who bought today, are they paper-handed or are they weak-handed? Are they paper-handed or are they diamond-handed? Are they going to get shaken out by this sell-off that happened today going into the close and a little bit into the after hours? And are they going to dump their position tomorrow? Is that dump going to take us right back into Monday's low? Is that Monday's low going to bring in more buying? Is that buying going to get matched with selling and break Monday's low? If we break Monday's low, the next obvious level is that 412, which is last year's high, I believe, and then the 408, which was that, you know, the monthly chart level that I just mentioned to you. So many opportunities over here where the market can go to. You gotta plan these possible permutations, possible scenarios, possible outcomes, and then be ready to execute when all the check boxes for that permutations, for those scenarios start to come into play. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is honestly the name of the game. The market's not hard. Honestly, the stock market is not that hard. But what makes it hard is, you know, being able to get to this point after taking losses after losses after losses, and being able to analyze the market in a whole different way than just simply going, oh, simple earnings report, they got good earnings, I gotta go long. It's not as easy as that. If it was as easy as that, right, anyone can make money. But you gotta, you know, pay the tuition fees, go through some losses, learn how to properly read the charts, read the market, read the tape. Then you can start bagging some wins. And I feel like we're just, you know, scratching the surface of that. We are just scratching the surface of that and able to get to the next level here. I feel pretty good about myself. Prad pulls up the chart, but no comment. Yeah, I got no comment about that position, baby girl. No comment about that one. Lance posted something. Let's go see this. Getting ready to capture some incredible content. Ooh. Lance, is that Lance? That's not Lance. That's pretty cool. War Room Productions. Is that what I think it is? Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. Alright, time for some chess, ladies and gentlemen. Time for some chess. If you enjoyed today's stream of all the stonks and all the other fun stuff that we talked about, some of the levels that we mapped out, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff to let your boy TraderPrad know that you enjoyed it. And also, it helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, check out my Linktree page that I'm about to paste in all of the 3 chats that I'm streaming on. In here, you will see my social media links: YouTube, x.com, Discord, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, my affiliate sponsors, Trade Ideas, TraderSync. Use code PRAD15 at checkout to get 15% off. And obviously Benzinga, an amazing tool that you see me using every single day, especially during earnings season. Go check it out. If you want to support me on Patreon, it's an added benefit for you get some added benefits for doing that. Such as getting my watch list sent out to you in the email every single day. I also update my watch list in the pre-market and add some levels in there for some new stocks that I add in there in the pre-market and so on. So if you're interested on getting my full watch list sent out to you, you can do so by subscribing to me on Patreon, and there's some other added benefits in there. Do go check them out. And then we gotta work on a merch store. My merch store idea is still there, but I don't have anyone to help me with that merch idea. I have a pretty good merch idea, but I just need some help with it. So if any one of you are interested on that side, hook your boy up, talk to me. I know Dieter already did a merch idea with me, but this one's a little bit more complicated. So Dieter, if you're interested, let's see if you're interested in that, and then we can kind of work on it. All right, so time for chess, as I already mentioned. So if you enjoyed the stream and you're only here for the stock market stuff, like John, who always leaves when I play chess, I understand, right? It's getting late. Gotta spend some time with family, kids, whatever it is. I understand. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for spending some time with me. Appreciate it. Love you. I gotta go say bye to my family real quick. Hold up. Alright, laddies, I'm back. I'm back. I apologize for the AFK, man. I had to go say goodbye to my niece. I'm back, yeah, I'm back. Alright, fellas. Rocking the Rook's foundation. I have to rock your foundation, baby girl. Haha, kind of knew that was the answer, but I second guessed myself. I don't know why. I don't know why I do this. Why do I second? Also, don't be mad at me, Dieter, if you see my rank is no longer 600, because I was very sleepy and very tired on my way to home, and I played a lot of games in that mind state, and I lost a lot of ranks. So, yikes. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Can't be that easy, right? That can't be that easy. Yeah, that can't be that easy. I knew it. Black to move. Move your ass over. Go here. Go here. I've recognized these ones. Good enough for now. For quite some long time. All right, chat. 562. Oh my God. We were 610, man. We were 610, chat. Oh. And my hate watchers are happy right now. All my hate watchers are screaming with glee. You pussy fuck. Why didn't he just do that? Oh yeah, because that's there. That's right. I'm a madman, buddy. I'm a madman. I will do it. Don't test me. Don't test me. I will do it. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué fork? Oh, mi hombre, the fork over here, yeah. The fork over here, mi hombre. Oh, yeah. See, this is why I say you're not a hate watcher, dude. Not a hate watcher, dude. Oh, shit, I just fucked that. Alright, you're a fucking hate watcher, dude. Oh my god, what am I doing? I just threw this game. I just have to resign. I got too cocky. Alright, let's hope that he makes mistakes. Yeah, but he already moved his fucking thing here, so I try to improvise, and my improvisation was stupid, man. Fucking stupid, brother. I fucked it, man. I fucked it. I don't want to play this game anymore. Alright, new game. Pow. Pow. Oh shit. Pow. Come on, buddy. Gurgadi. Pow. 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 Alright, you're an idiot. Alright, you're an idiot, 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 you're an idiot. Fuck you. And now I go. Do we just get rid of both those bishops? No, I'll just put you here. He does that. Then I go here. Oh, okay, he does not want to do that. Okay, perfect. Muito bueno, muito bueno. Defense. Now he does that. Nope, he does not do that. What in the fuck am I watching? I'm guessing you're a Leo. A Leo is a king, and that's right. I'm actually a cusp. If you believe in cusps, I'm a cusp. I'm a Leo and a Cancerian. Oh, this cunt's annoying. Cancer is a crab, indeed. You're a crab. Oh my... I didn't even mean to move, bro. Thank God. At the Iron Pyramid defense, pussy. I almost got forked over there, dude. Good thing I calculated it. I'll get forked over there too. Why don't I just go here? Suka bliat. Kurva. Today's just not a day to play chess. You know, one of those days where you're just on fire. And honestly, it might be that I spent most of my brain capacity on the stock market today. Just being able to trade Sava the way I traded, being able to trade serve the way I traded. I might have just spent my whole brain power today at work, at the office, at the computer. And then more brain power scanning for charts and talking about this. I just don't have any brain power left. I spent all of it in the markets. It's at zero now. It's at fucking zero. It's at fucking zero. My god, I am lacking brain power. Traded serve like a king and Sava. What's up, Barstool Bagel? I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. Mucho gusto. No, is mucho gusto the right word to fucking use? Oh my god, I'm so brain dead right now, chat. Let me just get one win for the night and call it. We're not gonna, you know, overplay tonight because I actually need sleep. I've been oversleeping past my alarms for the past few nights, and you know, having to rush it to get to work, and I'm getting late into work, like 9:30, 9:25. So I don't like that. Me no likey. Me no likey. So I'm gonna have to get to bed a little early today. So did you figure out who Barstool was? I did. Yes, I did figure out who Barstool was. That little troll. Last time you said that, you played past 10. Yeah, but we're only gonna play for one win, as our goal is to get one win a day on stream. But as I always do, I play off stream till like 12 o'clock. I should not do that. I need to make sure that I don't get into that issue. Spend too much time with Greg. His habits are rubbing off on you, bro. My chess habits are killing me, man. This one's killing me. Tomorrow I'm golfing with G, and then I'm also golfing with Wayner and SS Enterprise. Oh, Gursimmer. Nah. I don't even talk to him as much. I thought you were talking about G. Because G actually plays chess quite a bit. This fucking rat motherfucker, dude. Dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. He's gonna just take me. I have no option here. Might as well go here and take that, I guess. Because if I'm gonna die, I might as well take one with me. Yeah, inshallah. But honestly, I should have left him here so that way I can open this up. Oh no, I don't even have my rook there anymore. So yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your name is. Alright, what am I doing, dude? I'm going to 500 tonight. That's what's happening. We're going straight to 500 ELO tonight. No caparoonies. Oh, fork! Blue Ocean is open today, but only selected ETS. People crushed it too hard. Yeah, didn't they cancel Blue Ocean trades? Like they had to return trades or something. They had to cancel it. I read something about that. That's crazy. Either people were making too much money or you know, fucking. Like the market makers were probably under. We're under now. We're under. We need help. Papa Griffin, help us. Papa Griffin picks up the phone and he goes, "Okay, boys, turn off the engines." This is the game. This is the game right here, Chad. Don't worry. This is the game right here. I win these. I win these. I win these. Don't worry. No mistakes will be made this game. No blunders will be made this game at all. I'm actually going to sit up. And I'm going to analyze every move out loud. I'm also going to go get some pizza real quick. Hold up. I'm hungry. Oh my god, there's so much dishes. Cold pizza, chat. Cold Little Caesars pizza. That's how I like it. Sounds like Curtis Mayfield. I don't know who that is, man. Great music. Okay. Yeah, it's a Dieter Mayfield. Alright, I'm gonna go to bed, crush it tomorrow again, Pratt. Keep sizing up these trades. You see, you're plugged in, baby. You know it. I got you, brother. Have a good night's rest. Don't fuck it up by trading the overnight market too much. And hopefully, even if you do, you make some money. Good night, big dog. See you tomorrow. TH over here calculating everything. I love it, TH. Moron. What's more important, your bishop or your queen? Okay. I guess you want to trade. We can trade. God damn, that crust is so fucking hard to eat when it's cold. My dog is barking in his dream right now. It's so cute. Poor guy. Probably having a nightmare. Coco, it's okay. It's okay. Calm down. Why queen f3? I gotta stop playing. I need to go do dishes, man. God damn it. Alright, let's get the fucking win, chat. Come on. But then he takes my pawn. Oh no, my pawn's safe now. Here comes the horsey, here comes the horsey, horsey, horse, horsey, horse. See what the horsey does, see what the horsey does. Horsey does nothing, horsey does nothing. Here comes the horsey, here comes the horsey. What does the horsey do? What does the horsey do? Horsey is a trap, horsey is a trap. Let's trade queens, let's trade queens. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to trade a bishop for a horsey. That ain't worth it, bruh. Guy gonna play today? What do you want, Hey Watcher? For God's sake, no. You don't want that. F3 to D4, then to E6. F3 to D4. F3 to D4. How does F3? Oh, F3 go to D4. Then I go here, and then I forkity fork. Triple fork. Oh, snappies. Oh my god, that's a swastika. Oh no. Oh no. All right, check. That's a good move. Either way, the queen dies here. And he's only got a minute 30. I'm gonna win this game. Check. Can't go here, can't go here. He has to go here. Let me just get this queen out of here. Well, he's probably gonna DC. He's probably just gonna quit. Yeah. Okay. Whew. We got our win, chat. We got our win. That took quite a bit. That took quite a bit tonight. But hey, all that matters is we got the win. That's it. That's all that matters. Now, we need to make sure that we get the win tomorrow. And the more important aspect, which is the stonk market, ladies and gentlemen. Today was wild. Tomorrow, hopefully, is equally wild or even more. We're expecting fireworks across the board on this market with volatility all over the place. With the way the market pulled back after hours over here. I'm just going to quickly go check. If Think with Bookmap shows us that ES futures are pointing down. Oh, they're actually pointing a little bit higher for the ES futures at the moment. What about the NASDAQ futures? They are also trickling higher, but each pop is getting matched with a violent drop at the moment. So let's see what happens going into the overnight session, going into tomorrow. Does the market gap down? Does the market bounce off of Monday's low? If we do go to Monday's low and all the other fancy variables that we talked about, lots of opportunities regardless if the market doesn't move or does move. So be ready for those. We talked about some of them today. Reminder, tomorrow I am golfing, so I will not be streaming. So I will see you guys Thursday for the final stream of this week. Have a great day. Catch you guys then. Have a great rest of your night, of whatever's left of it, and good luck on the markets. TraderPrad out. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Good night. Peace. Moves on the QQQ, monster moves on NVIDIA and other positions too, all across the board. Magnificent 7 also had a pretty good day on themselves today, so pretty good moves across the board. Or tech basket get destroyed. Get ready for trade off of. Get ready for the watch list for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna bring in my big screen over here. Back to another brand new week of After the After Hours with your host TraderPrad. I'm doing great. Hopefully you guys are joining me on that great side. Markets are moving around. Might just be a risk on type of day. So let's see what happens. 8 o'clock tomorrow, as you guys know, we do the stream Monday to Thursday.
to my affiliate sponsors, Benzinga, Trade Ideas, the #1 scanner to go to, Trader Sync, promo code down below, promo code PRAD15 to get 15% off. I will catch you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. Until then, TraderPrad out. Adios.